Okay.
It's Betty. It's 1:15, Wednesday, and I'm going to sleep now, so you shouldn't bother to call me. In fact, I'm really pretty pissed off at you two anyway, especially since our discussion last night about places where we stay, so, you know, fuck you. Hi Tim, it's Betty. It's 5:30 about Saturday. I'm back home. Call me. I have to go. I'm going to go to an art opening before I go to the Australian party. Give me a call soon and I'll tell you where to meet me. Bye. Hello? Tim?
Someone here doesn't have a public. Yeah.
Tim?
Yeah.
Hi, it's Betty at 4 on Monday. I'm going to go out and meet Catherine Diekman at probably about 6, so call me before. Bye. Him on 10th Street, and to be called later after I'm done there. I probably won't be able to make it at 10. The time you get home, but I'll probably be gone by the time you get this message. Hope I catch up with you, if not tonight, tomorrow night, then. Bye. Hi team, it's Rhonda.
Hi, message for Sido. David Winfield calling to tell her that I got married yesterday, and if she is back in town, or hopefully back in town by the 24th, I am having a wedding party, and I would love her to come. And my number is 782-7105, and that's Brooklyn. So if you get the message, I hope you can make it. Talk to you later. Bye. Jay calling in for Ian. Must be about 10:30. I'll try it later. Bye.
Hi, Tim, it's Betty. It's 11. So you can call me. I don't know what we decided to do about the car, but call me. Bye.
Give me a call again. Go on a bit.
Ian, this is Jackie. Are you not there? Kitty. No? What day is it? Thursday. We're going out for drinkies. I'll catch you later. Bye. Hi, it's Charas. Trying to look up what's happening to my treasure. Tim? Hello, Tim? Hello, Ian? Are either of you there? No? Want to get no? No? Okay. Goodbye. Hi team, we're all at 7B and come and join us. Bye.
In 1980, I finished Against the Grain and came over to Western Australia via Adelaide to show the film at the Indian Ocean Film Festival. while I was in Adelaide, I went to a Bad Poets concert and was arrested for supposedly beating up a policeman for them pulling the plug on the concert at the Port Hotel. Policeman hit me and missed and hit the wall and broke his wrist or something. I went to trial, a jury, and was convicted 11-1 with a jury. I had other charges. I got bail. I flew to New Zealand as quickly as I could on no passport, took the passport and flew to Canada and re-entered the States with the aid of the Drum Revolutionary Union movement in Detroit and went back to work in America. I'd always been fascinated with the relationship between the World Trade Center, which was my bookend in New York. I arrived as the World Trade Center was being completed, and essentially I left my green card and I was stripped of my relationship to America in 2001 after the bombing in Tribeca, which impacted on my family's place downtown. The politics of New York building real estate was based around the two buildings, in a sense, the two icons. Icons. The Empire State Building, which was a single spire built as far away from the financial district after the crash of 29, which represented a single spire of the individual surviving over the financial nightmare that America had created. It was made up of single offices and lawyers. It was facilitated for small offices on the floors going up. It was a single male spire. It was the tallest building at the time. It fought with the Chrysler building and eventually outreached it using the mooring and aerial relationships above for airships and so on, which was probably never actually used. The World Trade Center, on the other hand, was built in the boom of the financial relationship, the recovery in the 70s, and was the Twin Towers, which were somehow or another represented by women, by the duality of woman, or the duality, the metaphor of two versus one. The woman, the corporate, the world trade, the relationship to mass corporations and to large conglomerates. These were exemplified by the idea of it, the Japanese design, the simplicity of the design. It also completely dominated the financial district, and in fact put the financial district off balance by putting these two single towers to the right-hand side of the financial district on the edge of Tribeca. These were the current sort of politics of the buildings, the relationship between these buildings. I was always fascinated by that. And as a bike messenger, I became obsessed with this journey between the two buildings. In the meantime, I'd lived my life in Tribeca under the shadow of the World Trade Center, and I'd actually eventually got an apartment on Avenue C and 7th Street, and divided my time between my marriage to Betty Gordon, who lived downtown on Greenwich Street, and the Lower East Side, 7th Street, where we had two apartments, one with Lindsay Smith from the Pram Factory, APG. The Australian Performing Group. which was a great initiative that revolutionised the Australian theatre scene in Melbourne in the late 60s, early 70s. The apartment was on the tail end of a initiative to create affordable housing, particularly in the Lower East Side and a lot of bombed out tenements, and was primarily at that stage occupied by the Puerto Rican community that had been basically like the last set of immigrants had gone into to be housed. It had been Jewish at some stages, and earlier than that even Italian and various other things. The landlords had abandoned a lot of the buildings due to not paying taxes, letting buildings deteriorate, and the city had come in with this idea that they would sell back to the tenants over a period of time, which started with this tenants interim lease deal. But it took forever, it took ages, but it cost virtually nothing and always very cheap. It was a kind of community collective kind of operation. I mean, at that time there was also initiatives to put artist housing in there, which the community was against. And part of this film has a march that goes to City Hall, which I did banners for, and which I also set fire to one of the cardboard buildings at City Hall in the fountain, and was heavily critiqued for doing so, thrown off the committee and the organising and whatever. I did about 40 banners for that, I think. There were a number of other unofficial squats in the area, and as we will see later, and the march against the artist studio buildings that were to be put up in the Lower East Side was contentious, of course, with us, because as artists we lived there already, largely under the control and security of the Puerto Rican commandos and drug dealers, the blocks in Alphabet City. The families of which, of course, are extremely conservative and traditional to their culture, but have to make a living with little work opportunities, and who face potential displacement or removal when the artists gentrifying the place force the population out, and as the rents rise and buildings are bought. We were used to legitimise to the city our building by having a diverse range of ethnicities, i.e. white artists, like the refugee squat theatres from Hungary who came over in 74, for instance, and also us Australians, Night Shift, and a number of others, Americans and others, from the Midwest or wherever, okay, or in other parts of New York. Ciao.
Take on 1:30 or so.
It's me, Jill, Tim, and I assume you're at work and I've got the address, so I'll probably come over there. I'm uptown, God knows when I'll get downtown. See you later, bye-bye. I listen to Betty on Philipa. Bye-bye. You need to call me at work. Early in this evening, it's really not too much of a problem for me to talk to you at all. The number is 718-624-8905. Okay? This message means that somehow or other you should, get the plans to JC so that JC can build the stuff tomorrow, hopefully. And if you want to call me up and talk about anything, then you can call me at work. Bye. Betty, I don't know if this is the right number. I'm in Chuck Island today, and it might be hard to reach me, but we'll be in and out until about 7. Betty, I'm not home at the moment. I'm at Michael and Rosemary's, eating pumpkin bread, but I'll be back to Burn Street soon, so give me a call. Bye. Hi Tim, this is Patricia and Heather. We were just wondering if you got home or something because you haven't rung the buzzer yet. Okay. Bye. Call if you do go home before you, whatever. Bye. Are you there? Are you sleeping or anything? Donna. My telephone number is 874-7871. It's Monday. Bye.
Ian, this is David. Well, and who is that? Could you hold one there? I'm on the phone. I'll be right there. It's Rick here. Jackie's brother. Thanks.
Hi, Kitties. It's Jackie and Terry calling. We're going up to 7B's a bit later on tonight. It's about 9 tonight. I guess we'll probably get there about 11. It's Keel's birthday. You know that cute little boy with the glasses that works behind the bar? Anyway, if you're not doing anything, we'd love to see you up there. Bye.
Timmy Burns, Ernie and DeGrucci, Johnny Lewis, Suzanne. You can give me a call here in New York at on 925-8926. Love to see you. Bye-bye. About 10:30 and Monday at night. Give me a call. Talk to you. Bye. Yes, it's the foreign kind of content. Hey, Alpha. Is Betty around?
Yeah, hi, Tim. This is Bill Powell from LA, friend of Jackie and Terry. I wonder if you could do me a favor and have one of those girls give me a call. I'm trying to get in touch with them. The number is 213-392-3736. Thanks very much, buddy. Bye.
Hello, it's Rhonda, Kim, or Ian. I was wondering if you could take me tomorrow. It's on channel 31 at 9 p.m. Give me a call, and I'll see if you can just do it. I haven't got a tape. I don't know where to get one from. Maybe you've got one. Okay, bye.
Hello? Jay calling. For Ian and Tim. Either one of you, give me a call. Talk to you. Bye.
Hi, it's Betty. Tim, are you back yet? I guess you're not. Maybe you are. Call me when you get in. Bye. Money, and I'm here, so call me when you get done. Hi, Alpha Burns Sugar. It's Anna Maria Winchester here returning your call. You must be on the phone. Bye. Hi Tim, if you come home, looking forward to seeing you. I was wondering if there'd be any possibility of cruises for Terry and I tonight. If you come home, I'll be at work until 7:30. Come home before then. I want to call me at work. The number's 8740414. Look forward to seeing you tonight. Bye-bye.
So this is a view down Eldridge Street from Houston. The situation at this time was that Eldridge Street was the center of the best heroin that has probably been in New York in 10 or 15 years. They had absolutely the best, like $10 bags. You could get off on one bag.
Hello. Hey, Katie. How you doing? Sure, yeah. Sure. Hey, Bobo.
Hey.
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 Hey, man. It's the wake up.
Who is it?
Katie.
Oh, she's on the way?
Yeah, she's coming right down.
Hurry up, tell her to hurry.
Yeah, come right down because he's not too well.
Right.
Yeah. He's feeling terrible.
Hurry, Katie.
Okay. Bye. See you soon.
Ah, good, great.
Hello? Yeah, who's this? Hi, Mindy. Yeah, what do you want? Tim? He's not here right now, but call back in 5 minutes, please. Thank you. Bye.
So what's happening?
Okay, let's get up. Oh, man. Did you save your wake up?
Of course.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, shit.
Thank God,
I
man.
did like this.
Really? But she'll be down here soon. We can get that together, you know. We'll go straight over there and fix that up with India and stuff, right? But I've got a little wake up over here now, right?
Yeah, so India, I think we can find out where they hid that shit, man.
Yeah, and we're going to have a look for it, because if they got busted, we can probably find it. Yeah.
Scourge around and see what we can do.
Yeah.
I'm sure we should be able to find a couple of bags.
Easy.
Easy, I mean, rocks.
Hey, come over here then, mate.
Okay.
I'm sure we could find it, you know.
We can find something.
The squad cars, and now there's a fraud, there's insurance to cover it, you know.
We spent $1,200 this morning and Lisa didn't buy nothing.
Really?
She was like,
She told me she bought leather pants.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. What the fuck didn't she get you no jeans?
I know, $12 worth. God.
Really, you know?
That's all it was.
She said she's going to buy you a pair because she felt guilty about it. That's fucking stupid. Why spend your own money when
Really?
you got this, you know?
Money to cover it, you know? In a bank account.
I got this fucking analog delay unit that I've been trying to save up for like, 6 months. It's like $150.
Really?
It's great. You get all these like dub reggae effects with it, you know?
God damn.
And I got 6 albums and we went out for like 2 big meals. You should have come last night.
Yeah, I really wanted to go on that meal last night, you know?
We went for another one today. It was $120. We all got like lobster.
Where?
It's this fucking place on Fifth Avenue. I never had lobster in my life before.
I was going to call you today because I was feeling really hungry, you know?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'll go...
We all got up at like 8:30 and we like met at 8:30 and we went out
out
on
shopping.
Fifth Avenue. All this shit. I never fucking eaten like that in my life before.
Me neither.
Yeah, like lobster and... I never had lobster before, you know?
Yeah.
I never had shrimp before till last night.
Your laugh was great.
Yeah.
No.
Huh? Just come through here, and I'll
It's been a long time. I talked to him this afternoon. He called my service.
Okay, I'll go now.
That'd be good. And you take that and see.
Yeah, that's what it is, Bobo. The old yellow tinge, fucking feel it next Christmas, come tomorrow Coke, you know?
Huh. The killer.
Studio 54, Triple X. You know, red alert.
Red alert, that's dangerous shit, no.
It's so...
Right on the week, when fishing is allowed, delicacies of the Tongan diet to be found between coral reefs and the shores of the off islands. Make speeches with a relaxing bunch of paper, free food is lifting across the dirt.
Constitutionally has suspended damage claims against Iran. Meanwhile, in southeastern Iran, an earthquake killed as many as 3,000 people. I'm Jessica Travis in Washington. More news later on this NBC.
Shiner, come on, get out of here.
I don't get it. You guys killed them.
Don't blame us. You suggested we play for a Michelob Light. Michelob Light. Come.
Lord, how's the back door?
Some dramatic license has been used and some names have been changed. And now,
Mindy.
the adventures of Nellie Bly, the true story of a woman who dared to invade a man's world and become a reporter.
Don't encourage him.
Good. We don't get this to cut, right? Am I gonna dollar too? I'll get back, I guess, to my cat.
Okay, now what I need is a 5 for a 5. You want got that? They'll do that on history for you at the store. Yeah, okay. One of those.
How much to,
Hey, what's up? Who are you? I heard. Yeah. I'm heavy shit, right?
for 2 years. I really like that.
Yeah, professionals did a lot of these things. Best in the world. Yeah, well, it's very, very, well, it's sort of vague.
I tell you. Good action. Sit.
A little bit better. Fucked up. Yeah.
Our last big dinner was Hobbsy. Yeah, that was my last big dinner. Hobbsy. That was my last for real big dinner. Yeah.
I gotta get a pen for you. Wait a minute. Espera, momento.
So Bobo and I got to find a way of
That'll be after rehearsal.
of getting into some.
And then she asked when Jeff was signing it.
Yeah.
One guy.
You always shot that man.
Fill it up.
Did I?
That's not very
Yeah.
God damn.
About 1 o'clock last night and 4 o'clock this afternoon.
If you'd have come and hung out with us like you said you were going to,
We had a fabulous lunch. We went out for lobster and we had champagne.
Don't tell us.
Not going up any higher.
Really.
not
I
trying
don't
to
see any difference. Try them on and I really love them. And I got them and then I picked up the dress.
That's good.
We went to Bloomingdale's and I got my bag.
It keeps coming up, but it's not coming up to there.
No, try something. Let's try the old reliable.
I'm guilty of those fuckers and ripping people.
I feel that way. I don't think it's bad.
I'm just trying to put your mind at rest.
No, but don't tell me that, there's no difference when I did this one. That's not,
Maybe try something else.
Send an excuse anytime, just tell you you've got a birthright and people have stolen it from you already, so you've got to steal it back. That's the way it is.
I really don't like things like that.
A shitty long fucking day kicking these motherfuckers' asses.
Yeah?
Oh, they're so sick and it makes me absolutely disgusted. I don't know what to do with them.
So, you ready to get high? What?
No, I'm not ready to get high. My God.
So what do you want to get? I gotta hurry up and get around here before it gets too late.
Okay, that's the good shit.
I guess Indio's probably cool though. The green tape on
green
8th Street.
Yeah, green
Why don't we get something else?
Yeah, okay.
So listen,
Okay.
how many you want?
I want 9.
9? Well, let's get this money together.
Do 6 to fill.
Yeah, I know that shit is. So, you ready to get high? What?
Oh, I'm not ready to get high, my God.
So what do you want to get? I gotta hurry up and get around here before it gets too late.
Okay, he's got the good shit.
I guess Indio's probably cool though. The green tape on 8th Street.
Green
Why don't we get something else?
Yeah, okay.
So listen, how many you want?
I want 9.
9? Well, let's get this money together.
Do 6 to fill.
Yeah, I know that shit is.
Open your mouth.
Tim, this is Heather calling at 12 noon. I just wanted to see what the story was as far as flyers and all that shit. And hope you're not at work. Anyway, I'm not at home, so give me a call. And I'll get the message eventually. Bye. Hi, Heather, are you there? Talk to you later. I'll head over there now. Feed me and Jack. With you later. Bye. Hi, Betty and Tim. It's Lauren, and I'm calling Betty back. It's Monday, and it's 10, and I'm at my office. Home of employment 206-9107. I'll be here till about midnight. Bye. Pumping hard like I wish you would. Now push it. Push it good. Push it real good. Hi, this is Karen Peterson. I'm trying to get in touch with Fidel. My number is 201-792-2627. I feel like I've been trying for months now, and I'm wondering if she's out of town permanently or if she will be coming back. It's Tuesday morning, and it's about 10 o'clock. If someone could give me a ring back, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye. Hiya, anybody home? The Texas girl. I'm coming over to get my passport. Tim, you not there? Okay, well, I'll come over and I'll see you when I see you. Ciao. Hi, Tim. This is Heather. I painted the floor black. There's 2 squares, and I painted the original blue stage blue again. And I only painted the lip of the new stage black. Anyway, you'll see it. So what I'd like to do is put some carpet down on the new stage. And if you'd like to take the measurements for me this evening, and either leave it on my machine or call me at the Wildfire. The number at the Wildfire is 718-624-8905. And I'd appreciate if you called me there, because we could talk about the flyer and stuff like that, and how to arrange that we finally get this out. And I have to buy the carpet tomorrow and stuff. So maybe you can help me lay it down. You and Patricia, you can help me lay it down maybe tomorrow after you're finished work. So anyway, the little trolley thing you built looks great, and I'll just hear from you tonight, okay? It's 624-8905, area code 718. Alright, bye. Hi Tim, this is Heather. It's 20 after 6, and I'm just about to go to sleep. I don't know if you have already left your home or if you're catching your last half hour of sleep before you wake up. But anyway, I really want to get the flyer so I can get it Xeroxed today sometime. So if you wake up in the next, half hour, as I say, it's 6:20, just call me and wake me up, because I really like to get them. Okay, bye. And, anyway, leave a message. Bye.